I'm Sean Smillie, producer on the new SSX. We wanted to create the most iconic mountains in the world and ride them. So what we did is we accessed NASA data that's available to the public, and we filtered it through our own proprietary software called Mountain Man. And basically what we do is we take that data and it becomes the foundation for building a mountain. And then we go in as a design team and we handcraft the runs and we SSXify the terrain and sort of get in there and make it. But this allowed us to build not one mountain, but multiple mountains. So it's a huge, huge advantage. We gather inspiration from some of the elements of these mountains, sort of characteristics. If there's a statue or something on one mountain or a huge crevasse, we'll put that in. The Great Wall of China, it's more like the Grand Wall of the Himalayas, sort of like the Great Wall's little cousin or some big cousin, I guess, like that. So what we're doing is we got to make sure that we're not putting too much real stuff in the game. It's at its core, it's SSX. It needs to be fantastical and over the top, make you feel like a snowboard superhero. So yeah, we have a lot of fun playing around with it. Like all SSX games, we have returning characters and new characters, and it's no different from this game. I've been working on the characters for SSX 3 and 4, so it was a lot of fun, but it was a huge challenge to figure out who was coming back and who wasn't. We did a huge contest with the fans on Facebook to see what their votes were for the top characters. We'd been working on a few ideas for characters, so we just kind of matched everything up. It was pretty obvious to us who's most popular. A couple of examples, Elise, very popular, Mac, Kiori, Simon. So what we've done is I've taken the characters and gone, what have they been doing since SSX? I didn't have it that they were just quietly sitting in the basement of EA. I wanted fans and people to understand that, look at these characters as real. They were out there doing things. They were riding motocross bikes. They were working as stuntmen. They were on the tour winning stuff. They were off traveling around the world surfing. So when you think of that, what have characters been doing for years? Well, they're going to change a little bit in their look too. You just kind of try and bring everything into one package, and hopefully the personality comes out, and offer it up to the fans too, like post their bios, get people to understand who they are. It's just, it's not easy to get across who SSX characters are, but strangely enough, people really, really like the SSX characters, even with what limited information is out there about them. Seeing the new character Zoe, who has always been my favorite character, and she's a very central character in this. Seeing her concept art, and her model and all that come together, all of a sudden when I wrote the bio for her, I was, took her as the idea for a catalyst a lot in the game, put her in the comic books, did all this, and when I finally saw the image of the new Zoe come forward, that was the big moment for me, like just, wow, this is really happening. Working with a good friend of mine, my assistant producer, Reese Savitas, the two of us sat down and wrote 10 3-page comics and just give a snapshot of where the SSX characters were. Those are digital comics. They're online on our website, and they're kind of released over time. And then in Comic-Con, we have a 30-page printed comic that'll be there, written by myself and Reese, and the art's done by a guy called Agustin Padilla. I believe he lives in Brazil. A fantastic artist who's worked on Batman and G.I. Joe and stuff like that. So I'm going to Comic-Con to broadcast or give away the comic and talk to fans about the characters. I'm a huge comic book fan, so this is a double whammy for me going down there with my own. I own 7,500 comics, everything you can think of. And this was actually just a great way to get out to the fans a little bit about the fiction. SSX always has a great fictional backdrop, and I just wanted to push a little bit of who the characters are, what's going on. And when you read the 30-page comic, it'll explain what this game is kind of about a bit.